Hey guys, so this is going to be the warm-up for every workout that you do, just to make it consistent, and so your muscles get primed, they get warm, they lengthen, they're ready to fire up. So I'm going to do this the best I can because it's only me with a stable camera. So I do want you to warm up and get moving like minute and a half, 2 minutes. So whether it be a jump rope, whether it be a jog down and back, jogging in place, I want you guys to warm up for about a minute and a half. All right, so you're gonna do that on your own. And then you're gonna come back and we're gonna start with our corrective stretches. We're gonna work from upper body down through the lower body, okay? You guys have this on your packet that I'm sending you, so this is just for you guys to see in the background and to help me keep on track. All right, so we're gonna start with the neck flexion. So with our corrective stretches, I just want you holding that stretch for about 10 to 20 seconds or so. So you're standing tall, shoulders down and back, and I want you to bring your chin to your chest, and you can put a little bit of pressure on your head, just a little bit, to feel the stretching on the back of the posterior part of your cervical spine, okay? So you can use 2 hands, you can use 1 hand, but try to keep that equal distribution so you're pulling and feeling that stretch all the way down. Okay, so you're gonna hold for about 10 to 20 seconds or so, and then we're going into, this is neck extension. So again, shoulders down and back, chin up, deep breath. So let's think about our diaphragmatic breath, inhaling, filling the belly, the rib cage, and the chest as we're doing our corrective stretching. So head is up, shoulders down and back, just stretching out the extensors of our neck. And then back to neutral. So again, 10 to 20 seconds or so. And then we're gonna go into a levator scapula stretch. So this lifts up our shoulder blades. So we're gonna look chin over down toward our opposite armpit. So make sure that you're getting that angle of the armpit. So I'm looking down toward my left armpit. I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure on my head with my left, and I should feel this through the right levator scapula muscle. So I'm here, long, heavy arm on the right, feeling this stretch, deep breaths, feeling this muscle release. So a lot of times these corrective stretches are great just to get that tension released in our priming our muscles. And then we're gonna go to the other side. So I'm actually looking toward my right armpit, getting that angle, putting a little bit of pressure with my right hand, feeling my left arm relaxed and long and heavy, releasing that stretch, that levator scapula muscle. 10 to 20 seconds or so, and then release. We're coming over to something that is a little bit higher, a pole. What I have here, I'm gonna turn this, and I have a pole. So I want your pec stretch. So pectoralis minor, pectoralis major, and then minor is under. So I want you to reach up a little bit higher, so your elbow's a little bit higher than your shoulder. Elbow is soft, so it's a little bent elbow. And you're gonna turn away. So I have my right hand on the pole. I'm gonna turn toward the left, shoulder down and back, and I'm feeling this opposing pressure through my pec, major and minor, and I'm trying to drive my shoulder and my elbow down just slightly. So I'm feeling this stretch and release through the pectoralis muscle. So I'm gonna go again 10 to 20 seconds or so holding, and I'm going each side. So I don't mean to turn away from you, but I'm just gonna show you what it looks like from behind, shoulder down and back. So my shoulder's not to my ear, down and back, driving that elbow and my shoulder down and holding. So feeling that release. Along with that, we're gonna do our lat stretch just after that. So my lats, big broad back muscle that come up and they attach actually at the front of the shoulder. So grabbing a pole, a bar, something that you have that's stable, maybe a band, but tie it against something. And so I shoulder down and back, and I'm trying to drive my armpit down toward the floor, okay? So extending, and you may be able to see this a little bit better. So I'm kind of in this squat hip hinge position, sinking back, down. So if you see my shoulder up toward my ear, now I'm bringing it down. So I'm closing it out, bringing it down, stretching this whole lat area. And then I want my head to be neutral. So fist distance, chin to chest. Breathing here, sinking so I can sink back a little bit, and then again down. So you see that adjustment that I'm making here. Holding and making sure that you're going both sides so you feel balanced on both sides. So if you're really tight, you may feel this down all the way into that low back area. All right, so coming back, and we're going into a thoracic mobility. So again, we're working basically head to toe, okay? If you don't have a foam roll, you can use a ball, a big ball, a small ball. You can use a water bottle, freeze up a water bottle. You can get creative, but I have my foam roll, and I'm gonna go on my back, and I'm gonna make this perpendicular to my spine. Okay, I'm gonna start in the upper shoulder blade area and basically roll up and down, and then roll all the way down to mid-thoracic area, down to my lower thoracic area, okay? So I'm down with my upper traps. I'm gonna lift up my hips just a little bit and roll up and down. So if you're only using a PVC pipe without cushion, do not do this on your spine. It needs to be cushioned, okay? So I'm rolling up and down, starting at my trapezius muscles in between my shoulder blades, not on my neck, okay? Lifting up, rolling up and down about 3 to 5 times up and down, and basically I'm just moving my body along the spine through with that foam roll, up and down, up and down, up and down. Deep breaths. So I'm doing a little bit faster for the demo than I want you. I want you to spend some time here. So if you find a tight area, so mid back, low back, tight with a lot of people. So if you're feeling some tightness, hold on that area, oscillate a little bit, deeper breaths. And then oscillate. So oscillating means rolling up and down in a smaller area than the bigger rolls, okay? So I can relax my torso down and I'm rolling out my low back. So do it feels right. It may feel a little tender or some tension. Breathe through it as you relax, okay? So then we're gonna go into our hip area. We're gonna do a rack and stack. So basically this is a modified lunge into a hamstring stretch. So we're here, okay? And I want my knee over my ankle, knee in alignment with the second toe, and I'm lunging forward to feel this stretch. So I don't want you up high, I want you lunging into this. Tailbone tucks, and we're gonna bring the arms up. So instead of the rib cage poking out, tuck the rib cage but reach. So we inhale, and then exhale, hands come down, hips back, and toes up. So we're here with the hamstring. Try to not to round out the back, try to draw the chest forward as much as possible. If you're not so flexible, then you can use something to come up a little bit higher, okay? So the whole idea here is to loosen up and get some mobility and stimulate that hip flexor. So we inhale, reach up, expand our torso, our lungs, get some increased circulation here, and then exhale with our hamstring stretch. Heel down and toe up. So we're gonna do this about 5 times each. Inhale and exhale. That's about 3. And then when we hold on that last one, here, toe up, I want you to bring the toe out, which is called eversion at the ankle. Bend your knee and hips come forward, chest, hips back, chest forward. So there may be a little tingling going on. So this is our stretch, our nerve stretch. So I want you to bend and straighten that knee about 5 times. Bend and straighten. So the toe is out, heel down, toe up and out. Eversion. And we're bending and straightening the knee about 5 times. And then bring it back. And then you're gonna switch. So let's switch with the legs. So knee over the ankle, knee in alignment with the second toe, coming forward, stretching out the hip flexors here. If you need more pad on your knee, grab more pads for your knee. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands down, hips back, toes up, shoulders down and back. So we're feeling that stretch through the hamstring and the lower leg. Inhale, exhale. About 5 times here. Four. And 5. We hold on that 5th one. Hips back, shoulders down and back, chest draws forward. Toe is up, heel is down. Eversion, so ankle is out, bend the knee, straighten the knee. Bend and straighten. So this is our nerve flossing. About 5 times. And then we come up and then walk it out, shake it out a little bit. The next one we're gonna do is a 90-90. So we're gonna get down, kind of like a modified pigeon. So if my body is at 12 o'clock, my chest is facing my shin, okay? And then my back leg is basically perpendicular to my torso. And I'm gonna come down at 12 o'clock. Now I don't want you sinking over to that hip area. So try to stay up as much as possible with that hip and that shin at 90 degrees. So we're gonna come draw the chest forward and sink down and hold. If you can get your forearms down, great. Doesn't matter if you can. Try to take that round out of the back. So as you bring your hands or forearms down, draw them back toward your body, and that will bring your body forward to get a deeper stretch. So we can come out now toward the knee and hold, but I want you to still square your body to the ground, and you can hold here for about 10 to 20 seconds. So we did center, we went out toward the knee, and then you can go down toward your toe. Breathe here. So first is in the center, then you're gonna go out, then you're gonna go in, holding 10 to 20 seconds. And then we're gonna switch. So let's bring that other leg forward, 90-90, centered, coming down. So if you're really tight at first, don't go straight into that deep stretch. Hold, deep breaths. As you feel comfortable, you can sink down a little bit deeper. 10 to 20 seconds of holding here. Then you can come up, go toward the knee. So if my right knee is forward, I'm gonna go down to 12 o'clock, and then I go over to 2 o'clock, okay? And then I'm gonna go over to my toe. And then we're coming up. All right, so that's our 90-90. We're going into the spinal balance here. So I want quadruped, shoulder over the wrist, hips right above the knees. We're on all fours. So you can just wiggle into a cat-cow if you want to, just to make sure that you are in a neutral spine. If you want to reach back, placing your hand on your low back, making sure that you're not rounded or sinking down. Abs nice and tight, so we're in a neutral spine position. Shoulders down and back, and we're going opposite arm and leg. So I'm going right arm, thumb is up, and left leg, toe down. So it's not how high we lift, it's how long and strong we are. Keeping our hips level to the floor. So let's inhale here. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale back out. Exhale down. Left arm and right leg. So get stable. Hold, inhale. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale back out. Exhale down. So go 5 each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. All right, so you have 2 more to go on your own. Keeping stable, hips to the ground, shoulders nice and long, shoulders down and back. Okay, we're gonna grab our foam roll, your ball, whatever you have to roll out, and we're going basically leg, upper, all the way to the lower leg. So you can start with your IT band. So your iliotibial band on the side of your hip, up and down. So I have another YouTube video that goes thorough with our roll. So right now we're just priming our muscles. If you have an area that's tighter than another, then focus on it a little bit. Spend more time with your roller. When you're relaxing and watching TV or reading, get down on the ground and roll out a little bit. It'll help. So I'm going from upper hip area through the side down to my knee. Usually the knee area is pretty tender, so I'm gonna work on that a little bit. Don't forget about your quad, so we can go on the quad from the top of the knee through the hip flexors. We're gonna go hamstring, glute, hamstring. And you can go inner thigh. So from the knee, almost like in a frog position, out to the groin. So rolling about 3 to 5 times, making sure that you do both legs. So we work from the top down. So did one side, you're gonna do the other side. So I'll just show you in a little bit faster pace here, all the way down. IT band, we're going front. So I have my quadricep. Then I'm gonna roll off from glute to hamstring. That's the back of the thigh. And then I'm gonna go inner thigh, hip adductors, and out. So again, if you feel an area that's a little bit tender, hold on it and focus on it a little bit more. We're working lower leg, so calf. If you have a kettlebell, dumbbell sometimes works well. So it's a little bit harder, but you have to lift your body up to get the lower leg. If you have a workout buddy, the workout buddy can put a little bit of pressure on your shin, and that will help put a little bit more pressure on your calf to release that tension. So we're going outer, center, inner, lower leg, all right? So making sure that you're going both. You can go inner, medial, outer, all right? So up and down 3 to 5 times. We're going, you can do your shin if you're feeling that you need to do your shin. I have another video with full thorough, as I mentioned. And then the bottom of your foot is pretty important, so you would need to take your shoes off, and you're getting the bottom of your foot. So going inner, medial, outer part of your foot, okay? So we're primed here. We're gonna do some vision drills and a couple vision drills before we get into our dynamic warm-up. So our vestibular system, inner ear, with our visual system is very important in athletic training, in sport performance, and it's something that's fairly newer technique that we are combining in with some corrective stretches as well as at the end of a workout. So I'm going to start it today with our corrective stretches. So what you're going to do is focus on your thumbnail. So you're going to stand tall, feet together, and look at your thumbnail. So I'm going to focus on my thumbnail. It could be a letter. We don't have a pencil right here, so it's usually with a pencil with a letter, but I'm going to use my thumb. So I'm staring at my thumb. I'm going to keep my head as stable as possible, and I'm looking at my thumbnail, and I'm moving my thumb. If I go out to the side and I don't see my thumb anymore, that's too far. I need to bring it in. So I'm keeping my head neutral. I'm not moving my head, but I'm moving my thumb. And I'm going to go back to the center, and I'm going to use my other side to go over to the left. I keep going, so it looks like I have more range, more peripheral vision on one side. Keeping my head neutral, going as far as I can. It does not matter the speed, so it should be clear. If it's blurry, then you slow down, or then you go short. So we're doing this about 3 to 5 times, side to side, okay? So I'm stable head, moving target. Now we're gonna go up and down. So I'm gonna turn my thumb horizontal. I have a hat on because it's bright today. So I'm going to keep my head stable, and I'm moving my thumb all the way up to so I can see up, and then all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. So right now we're just doing our flexion, extension, and then lateral movements instead of diagonal, okay? So we're gonna do that, keeping it stable, head stable. So now I'm gonna keep my target stable and I'm moving my head. So same thing, I'm gonna keep my target stable, side to side, head side to side. Can I see my thumb clearly? 3 to 5 each direction, and then up and down. So I want my thumb to be at eye level, okay? So I know this seems a little different, it seems a little weird, but we're gonna start to incorporate our balance, inner ear, vestibular system with our vision, and it helps with range of motion, with sport performance, rehab, pain. There's a lot of neural stimulation that goes on there, okay? So we did our vision drills. Our VOR is our vestibular ocular reflex. So that's really what we just did here. So that's the corrective stretches. We're done with the corrective and we're gonna get into the dynamic warm-up, okay? So our dynamic warm-up, you guys are gonna go about 10 to 15 yards. Here I need to be in place for the video purpose. So measure out 10 to 15 yards, however you're gonna do it on your own. So we're starting with a knee to chest, or basically a knee hug. So what I want is chest tall, get that knee as high as possible into your chest, and I want toe up. All right, so feel that stretch, take a couple steps in between, and then switch. So balance is important. So if you're just going through the motions, I don't want the going through the range of just going through the motions. I want you to feel it. We're doing everything deliberate and purposeful. Balance, feel that leg that's on the ground, grounded, and then we stretch up. Take a couple steps, knee hug. Take a couple steps, knee hug. All right, so I'm going about 10 to 15 yards here, down, and then back, I'm going high knees. High knees, 10 to 15 yards. So my high knees, I want that hip flexion, knee flexion, dorsiflexion at the ankle, and I'm moving my arms, arms, arms. All right, 10 to 15 yards. Knee hugs, high knees. Now, quad stretch or hurdle stretch. So I want heel to butt, tall with the chest. Feel that stretch through the quad. Take a couple steps. So we're going quad stretch, 10 to 15 yards. Down. Make sure that your knees are parallel. I don't want you swinging. So you're here, hold, feel that parallel with the knees, heel to butt, chest is tall, and you can feel your bow here. I'm trying to push my top of my foot into my hand, and then my hand is holding my foot. All right, so there's opposing pressure here. So that's down, back, we're doing butt kickers. So soft landings, heel to butt, and arms are moving. All right, butt kickers, 10 to 15 yards, back. Next one, we have our figure 4. So our figure 4, you can go down with our ankle above the knee, but back, chest is up. So you can go here and take a couple steps. If you can get higher, then you can grab and pull up. Chest is tall. I don't want you hunching forward. Chest tall here. So whatever you can do with your range, we're warming up. Don't pull anything. All right, loosening up. Take a couple steps. Figure 4. So we have here or here. So you're feeling this in your glute and hip area. Down. All right. And then back, we're doing a cross toe touch. So get that arm swing. I want shoulder mobility here, hip mobility here. I don't care how high you kick, but I want you to loosen up the hip area, hamstring. All right, some people call this toy soldier. Just cross toe touch, opposite hand to toe. that's on the way back. We're going lunge twist. So lunge, all right, so knee over the ankle in alignment with the second toe. Back leg is up. All right, tuck the tail, chest is up, and then we twist. I want that torso lifted, not hunched over. So twist. Step through, and then go with the other. Down lunge. Breathe it through. So you're going 10 to 15 yards. Nice and tall. All right. So once you get there, now we're going back into a reverse lunge. So our reverse lunge is stepping back, and we're gonna go opposite arm, inhale up, exhale over. Try to drive through that front all the way back. So if you take a couple steps, try to take one giant step, come back to neutral, drive through, and reverse lunge, land into it. Inhale up, exhale over. So again, 10 to 15 yards back, okay? Next one is our side lunge. So we're going side lunge, butt out, chest is up. So I really want that hip hinge back. All right, knee is over the ankle. So we're getting the groin. So side lunge, down, and then turn. Down. All right, so side lunge, down. Making sure you're getting both sides. On the way back, we're doing a waiter bow or scoops. Heel down, toe up, butt out, chest is forward. Feel that stretch through the hamstring and scoop it up. Heel down, toe up. Feel all the way down through the lower leg, through that calf muscle, that gastrocnemius. Feel it stretch. So scoops or waiter bow on the way back. All right. From there, we're going karaoke. So it's a crossover, high knee crossover, and then 2 steps. Crossover, quick, crossover, okay? So our karaoke one way down, 15 yards, and then back, quick. Sometimes over exaggerate that hip, up and over. And then sometimes you can just move quicker, all right? So change it up a little bit as you go. Last one we're doing, inchworm. So our inchworm, forward fold. Feel that stretch through the low back, hamstring, chin to the chest. Try not to rush this. We don't need to rush. Walk it out. So you're gonna walk it out into a plank position, and then we're gonna do 2 push-ups. Keep the elbows narrow. 2 push-ups. Down dog. Draw the heels down, shoulders up toward the tailbone, and then tippy toe, toes to the hands, and come up. You're doing about 4 to 6 of these. So forward fold, walk it out, 2 push-ups, down dog, walk your toes, tippy toe, try to keep your legs straight to your hands, come up, squeeze your butt at the top, okay? So that's your inchworm. From there, we're done with our dynamic. So we've done corrective, we've done dynamic. Now we're going in place. In place, I want feet wide. You're going into a forward fold, so we're gonna grab our toes, forward fold, into a deep squat. Use your elbows, push the knees out, chest is up, tail down, and then forward fold. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So 5 of these, all right? So that's our forward fold, deep squat, hands on the head. We're going into an air squat with the hands over the head. So 10 of these, down and up, squeeze at the top. I'll show you side view. So on the knees out, squeeze at the top. 10 here, 10 air squats. All right, once you're done with 10 air squats, we're going 5 each side. Single leg, balance, single arm. Opposite hand to toe, touch, and up. Switch, up, get balanced, toe, touch, up, stick it. Switching every time. Here to here and up. So one day you warm up, switch every time. The next day you warm up, stay with the same one every time, okay? So you can mix that up. If you're always starting with the right, the next day start with the left. So you get to change every time. All right, so our last one here, we have two more on our all fours. So we have shoulder over the wrist, hip right above the knee, find your neutral spine, and we're going fire hydrant, 5 each side, up. Pause at that top. Try not to shift your hips all the way to the side. Keep that stable balance, and try to open up the hips, core brace. So 5 one side, 5 on the other side. So we pause, keep that toe up, and then once you've done 5 on each side with the pause, then I want 5 quick, up and down, no pause, okay? Smooth and fluid. The last one we're doing is a hip circle, so staying on all fours, we're gonna extend that leg, turn it out, keep that knee up as high as possible, bring that knee up and down. Extend out, bend the knee out, come up and down. Extend, turn it out, knee to the shoulder and down. So we're doing 5 there, slow, and then 5 fast. Each side. Slow, pause, up, down, and then 5 fluid, smooth, complete. All right, you guys, so that's our warm-up from corrective to dynamic to in place, a little bit more movement and deeper. And then we're gonna get into our workout. All right, you guys, see you soon.